Hey guys, welcome to my Geek Rant. So today I'm going to be talking about Shattered Empire #1, Marvel's new comic about what happens directly after Return of the Jedi. And I think it starts off pretty well. The artwork goes like a little bit almost too chaotic to the point where you can't really tell what's going on, but you still get the feeling of a dogfight in space and how intense and how claustrophobic it can be, especially, the Battle of Endor. And I feel like at first when I was reading it, I was like, there's too much going on. But I was like, actually, that's probably kind of the feeling that the artist and the writer wanted me to feel, is that, you have all these ships, these capital ships, you have Death Star, you have Star Destroyers, all clustered together. It's gonna feel pretty congested, and I think they did that very successfully. The color palette was really nice, and it was a joy. I even liked a little bit with Luke where one of the rebel pilots is trying to target him, and their targeting systems can't pin him down, even though he's in this really sluggish, slow Imperial shuttle. And it's like, that just really shows how skilled Luke is as a pilot, where he can take a shuttle and still evade a rebel fighter. That's kind of awesome. Little tidbit, I liked it though, it was a good touch. I also thought this comic was a very interesting look into what soldiers do after the war. It really reminded me of movies like Hurt Locker and American Sniper, where people, after war, they don't really know how to function anymore, or they're wondering how they even live their lives after, just having a conflict over and over for the past, consecutive years. And it doesn't get too deep into that. Don't think that it's about, what the story's about. It's not, but it is touched on a little bit, and I like that it was touched on, because we have these two characters that we're following. One's a pilot and one's a foot soldier. The foot soldier was in Han's little squad that invaded the shield generator place. I don't know what the name of it is. And the pilot was part of the outdoor crew that was cleaning up shop while, Lando and everybody else was saving the day. But they also have a relationship, and they seem to want to take their relationship outside the war, and it's going to be interesting to see how they're going to be able to do that, and if they can do that, especially with the war not really being over quite yet, even though they won the biggest battle that they've won so far. I also love the inclusion of alien characters, because really, the Empire really didn't like aliens. They were kind of okay with humans. Yeah, sure, they prosecuted humans and tortured humans, all that kind of stuff, but it was mostly against aliens. I see that in the Star Wars Battlefront game that's coming out. They're also playing up aliens in that franchise as well, and I like that, because it really is a war of humans versus aliens, and these aliens are second-class citizens. And I like that a lot of rebels that we're seeing now, for instance, the captain, I don't know any of their names, by the way, so sorry if I'm not conveying their names, but one of the pilot captains is a Duro, and it's just cool, just to see, you got Admiral Akbar, you have this Duro, you have all these aliens that are, fighting, and because it's not just a human war, it's most definitely an alien war as well, even more so. It's actually more important for the Rebel Alliance to win for, the livelihood of these other creatures. I also enjoyed the celebration scene. There's a little scene between Han and Lando about how, Lando kind of messed up Han's Falcon, and they're, arguing about that, and I thought that was pretty funny. And just seeing the celebration and seeing the kind of things people were saying. Some people were mourning, some people were elated, and I thought that it was done very well, and it was a good, I guess, segue into this new era that we're going into now. Now, getting into spoilers, I'm going to talk about spoilers at this point, because there's a big reveal in this comic book, which is kind of like a blink and you'll miss it. Basically, we are introduced to Poe Dameron's parents. It's not official, but their last name is Dameron, and it's a man and a woman, and they actually they didn't consummate the marriage, they're already married, but they got down, they knocked boots, all right, in this comic, and that could very well be the conception of Poe Dameron. So I mean, it would make sense too, because in the behind the scenes stuff, Oscar Isaac says that this guy is very, very much a resistance fighter, very much a rebel, and that would make sense if his parents were rebels as well. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that pans out. I actually thought that his father or mother weren't gonna make it through this comic, and that was gonna be the whole thing, is that one of them doesn't make it, and that's the tragedy or whatever. But that didn't happen, of course. In the next comic, we see that the Empire is not completely done yet, and that's actually kind of something I guess I'll be somewhat critical of. This first comic wasn't about the shattered Empire. It was just more about the rebels winning, and I'm kind of expecting, especially from the descriptions of the comic, we're gonna get more, the state of the Empire and where they're at. So hopefully in the next comics we'll get that, but still. Good comic, solid writing. I wouldn't say solid writing in the sense that it was like great writing or anything like that. It was passable writing. It was good writing. Good artwork, very good artwork. I like the characters a lot. I'm very invested in them, and I like the little tidbits with Poe Dameron. So yeah, that is it. I'll see you guys on the next one. My next review should be Weapon of a Jedi. I'm going through all this new Force Awakens material as fast as I can, but I am only one guy. But as always, peace, love, and may the Force be with you. Always.
What I've seen in a lot of debates is that people, including myself, either lowball Mace or lowball Sidious to achieve their point.
Between the PS2 and the PS3, and it was like a big breakthrough because there was like destructible stuff that you can do and stuff like that. Just kind of cool like that. Like that tree totally just got sliced.